My name is Brian Gunderson. I'm the board chair at Family Means. And after 3 years of not being able to do an in-person event, we're so excited to be with you tonight. And thank you all for being here. It's a great crowd, a lot of great energy, and we're excited to raise a lot of money tonight for Family Means. So welcome to the first in-person Better is Possible event. Thinking back at my very first day at Family Means back in 2018, it was my very first board meeting. I was very excited to be part of the Family Means family. I've grown up in Stillwater my whole life, and I'd always heard about all the great work that Family Means does. So I knew of the agency, but I didn't really know the people at that time. So I walked into this beautiful office, at Curve Crest there. Was greeted with a smiling face at the reception area, as always, and went back to the Desch board meeting room, and immediately went in there and saw all the staff. And it was contagious, the energy that they had, the passion that they had for the work they do, and for the people that they serve was really infectious. And right away, I knew that this was going to be a great place for me to donate my time and give back to the community. So kudos to the staff, wonderful staff at Family Means. They're always so welcoming, and the work they do is so important, especially now more than ever. Right now, we serve about 12,000 people each year. We say at Family Means, we use the term better is possible. This really kind of encompasses our mission to support people in transitions and when they need help in life's difficult circumstances. And I think we can all agree that over the last few years, these services are needed more than ever. So we're so grateful that we have the support of the community and people like yourself to really make these services and the programs that we have a possibility. So thank you so much again for being here. I'm so excited to be part of the Family Means family. This is a great group of people. It's a great board. And we're so happy that we're all here tonight. And thank you again. So I'll kick things off here. We'll get right into the program. The first, I'd like to introduce my co-host, Katie Immel Gabriel. She's also very excited to be here. And she's with our partners here at Flattabo Advancement. So welcome, Katie.
Awesome. Thank you, Brian. I'm thrilled to be able to be with you in person. For those of you that tuned in last year, maybe you met me virtually or were involved in the Power of the Purse years ago, but this is our first in-person Betters fundraiser, and we are so excited that you are here tonight. So some of you have been Family Means supporters for many, many years, and we thank you for that. And we recognize that some of you are just getting to know Family Means, and so we're hoping that you'll learn a little bit more about our organization and feel compelled to get more deeply connected and, of course, donate. Our goal tonight is for everybody to participate at a level that's meaningful for them, to you, for your donations tonight, because we do believe that all together better is possible. So we're excited for the night, and thank you for being here. I'm going to hand it back to Brian.
So to get things kicked off with our program tonight, it is my pleasure and honor to introduce our new for this group for sure, President and CEO of Family Means, Jim Croning.
Thank you. It's so nice to see everybody in one room today, seeing us all in person again. Thank you for joining us this evening. And as many of you know, I did begin my role at the very beginning of the pandemic in June of 20. And my first 2 years leading the organization certainly have been an honor and a privilege, but certainly full of challenges, as everybody has had. Each day I'm proud of the dedication and the resolve and the innovation that the staff, the board, and our volunteers exhibit. So thank you. We have overcome each challenge and continue to provide individuals and families in our community with the essential services in new ways in a time when they need it most. I'd like to take a moment to invite the staff, I think you're all out there, the board, and our volunteers to stand, and I'd like everybody to give them a round of applause. Awesome. Thank you so much. I couldn't stand in front of you all this evening without mentioning a very special person, our former president, Arbadella Beck. Arbadella shared a big heart and her administrative gifts with Family Means for 24 years. She was a great mentor and a friend to so many of us in this room. We miss her very much, and we still see her touch on all things Family Means. A common saying in the office these days is, what would Arbadella have done or do? As we continue to reference her wisdom and her level-headedness months after her passing. I am so fortunate that much of my 30 years at Family Means was under her leadership. Last October, we did hold a small dedication ceremony in the the newly named Arbadella Beck Memorial Lobby. It was at a time when we couldn't have a lot of us gather, so if you weren't there, you can understand. Every time I walk through the beautiful space, I'm reminded of her lasting legacy upon all of our services. These services, which we began in 1963, support the community through 4 primary areas. Caregiving and aging, caregiving and aging, providing support for caregivers and receivers through their individual and group respite. Coaching and consultation, support groups, education, and dementia empowerment services. Our financial solutions services, offering debt and budget counseling, financial education, and certainly our debt management program that help individuals and families get control of their finances. Our youth development program supporting kids or youth ages 5 to 18 in the communities of Landfall and Cimarron with after-school summer programming to equip each of them to learn to thrive, connect, and contribute to their communities. And then lastly, our counseling and therapy program, providing mental health counseling in our 3 outpatient clinics in St. Paul, in Hudson, and in Stillwater. And of course, nowadays, virtually, which we found to be very effective. The counseling and therapy program also provides school-based services, counseling services in 14 schools on both sides of the St. Croix River. Tonight, though, we want to highlight our St. Paul outpatient clinic, the Center for Grief and Loss. The center has been a staple in the St. Paul community since 1996, providing individuals, couples, and families with specialized grief, loss, and trauma counseling, education, and support groups. As you can imagine, the COVID pandemic has increased the demand of these essential services. We have seen a surge in visits from frontline workers. And I like to say here, I think frontline workers, we think in hospitals and clinics, but frankly, I think a lot of the frontline workers that are maybe not talked about are therapists themselves. They have a tough job to do, yet they also are dealing with the pandemic like many of us. Those working through complicated loss and others needing support as the pandemic brings increased stress, anxiety, and isolation. We were quick to pivot again to our telehealth services to keep our clients, our staff, and our communities safe over the last 2 years, and are thrilled that we continue to utilize this form of service, delivering the support to the clients as we move forward. 2022 marks the 10-year anniversary, it's hard to believe, of the Family Means merger with the Center for Grief and Loss. In celebration of this anniversary, we have put together a special video to highlight the therapeutic services provided at the center and share also a client story. So please enjoy.
You know, I'm almost embarrassed to say, before I lost Shep, I would hear somebody say, I lost my husband or I lost my wife. Part of me would be thinking, well, it happens. You know, that's part of life. So I almost feel like I was a little blasé about it until it happened to me.
Grief is universal, so it touches everybody in some way, and everybody needs support and a place to be able to grieve.
He loved everything. He loved to bike, he loved to camp. We would go to art museums on dates. He loved watching movies and talking about them. He loved being with his family. He loved being with my family. It was just like, he loved hearing people's stories. He was just almost larger than life. That was one of the hardest things to get used to, was how he would just fill the whole house. And now here I was in this big old house by myself. Part of the loss was seeing him in so much pain, like constant. I had never seen him cry before. And then when he was diagnosed, it was like a faucet turned on. The last 6 months of a person's life shouldn't be like that. It was in his spine, and it was a really fast spreading cancer. He was diagnosed in February, and he was dead in August. I just cried all the time. I'd go to work, I'd cry on the way home, I'd sometimes scream on the way home.
I think a lot of the times when people find their way to us, they are often in a place of either really intense despair or in a place of just feeling really stuck.
I could put it aside for work, and I was still crying all the way home usually. And I could put it aside being with my daughters.
People can experience all kinds of dysregulation in the body, including disrupted sleep, a loss of appetite, overeating, challenges with concentration, really feeling withdrawn from other people, not engaging in activities that they used to enjoy.
I kind of felt like I don't feel like I'm moving forward the way I want to. Like, I have quite a few more years left, and I don't want to spend them the way I'm spending them, just being miserable.
While it's universal, it also can be incredibly isolating. As a culture, we just don't do a very good job of talking about it and listening to people talk about it, and so that just really adds to that feeling of isolation and aloneness. And so that's one of the things about coming to see a grief therapist. Like, you're going to talk to someone who you know is comfortable talking about it and where you can say anything.
It was just so good to just be able to go in and spew, and sometimes I would apologize, and she would say, "That's what I'm here for."
A lot of the work is both the therapist and the client coming to a better understanding about what their process is, what they need to help aid their healing.
Kind of felt like, well, he's not around anymore to comfort me and to help me through this stuff. Like, I'm gonna have to do it myself. Coming here helped me get to that place where I can comfort myself.
I've heard people say that when they come, the grief is there. And over time, it's over here. But it's about carrying it differently and maybe, letting yourself breathe while it's there.
I think it's not like so balled up with everything else. I can kind of separate them better.
Often our work is to sort of create a space that's safe enough and big enough that people can have their sadness, maybe have their anger, and also have courage and hope.
I think I'm coming to a place where I can be grateful for, the 25 years that I knew Shep, and I can be grateful that we parented. I can be grateful that I was able to accompany him on that horrible journey. So I feel like I was able to move from feeling like I'd been robbed, just absolutely robbed and angry, and now it's like, I still got some good times left.
People can endure incredibly unbearable, painful, heartbreaking experiences and somehow come to this place of finding meaning and joy. It kind of takes your breath away.
Thank you, Deb, for sharing your story. And grief can be terribly isolating, so it's really comforting to hear how Deb was able to move from a place of despair and hopelessness to find healing and hope through the Center for Grief and Loss. And Deb is one of nearly 4,000 people that Family Means has supported over the last 10 years working at the center. And each person has their own unique journey and their own grief and loss that they're walking through. Individuals who seek support services for the Center for Grief and Loss are provided with support no matter the cost. No one is turned away. Family Means can do this because of the generosity of our community. So you just heard Deb's story, and there are nearly 12,000 clients that Family Means serves every year, each with their own unique story that is similarly impactful. So just again, to highlight some of our other programs, we have the Caregiving and Aging program, and they've been very innovative, most recently adding the Dementia Empowerment Services, because that's a huge demand, support care and supporting the care receivers and memory with memory loss and their caregivers. Financial solutions, the demand for that has really increased, helping our community manage debt and navigating employment uncertainties and increased costs. We support over 3,000 families through budget counseling, education, and debt management. And then also our youth development program, supporting kids aged 5 to 18, keeping them on track for a successful school year, which we all know has been extremely trying the last few years. So our mission has never been more needed than it is today. Donations today are going to support all of our significant programs. We have a huge goal tonight, and we want each of you to help get us there. Every single dollar really does make a difference, so let's give generously and make better possible. Thank you for your gift. Number 143, thank you. Number 134, thank you so much. 303, 301, number 167, thank you. Number 175, number 185.
All right, thank you guys so much for the amazing generosity tonight. We really do appreciate it. You know, all of the funds raised tonight go to the program at Family Means, and it really does make a huge difference for us. So thank you again, everyone. So I do have a few sponsors that I would like to recognize. So our diamond level sponsors for tonight's evening are Performance Pool and Spa, owned by Mike and Kathy Pearson. Yeah. And also the Hubbard Broadcasting Foundation for their diamond sponsorship as well. So thank you, Hubbards. Thank you for all the dedication and support that you, the diamond sponsors, give us over the years.
Yeah, we're very thankful to have these returning sponsors. And I am sure you've noticed the beautiful centerpieces that we have, both on your tables and the high tops over there. And those can be yours tonight with a donation. So they were donated by Rose Floral. So thank you, Rose Floral. And they're for sale tonight. The ones on the low tops here are $40. You can just scan the QR code and check that out. Or the high top ones are $20. So we can do it that way or just bring it to checkout and make the donation there.
Awesome. We also have over 24 event sponsors. So check out the event sponsors in the program. Thank you for all the event sponsors for tonight. I'd also like to thank the Family Means Board of Directors, our Next Generation Council, and the event team that put this all on. They really did an amazing job, and it's so nice to have an in-person event. So thank you to everyone.
Yeah. Dinner was amazing, and there's dessert. So just in a few moments, dessert will be served, and by our incredible catering team. And so during this time, the committee is going to be tallying up the total of how much has been raised so far tonight. So we'll be giving you a progress update shortly. So enjoy your dessert.
Hello again. This is. I just want to say it's been a pleasure to see all of you tonight, and also for you to be at the event to support our mission. We are so appreciative of the ways that you support us, if that's either by referring folks to us, donating to us, volunteering with us. Truly, with all of you, better is possible at Family Means. I'm so excited, super excited, to share with you all tonight that we raised a total of $80,000 to support Family Means programming. Your generosity tonight has been, absolutely amazing, and we so thank every one of you. Again, it's just amazing to have the kind of support that we do from this community, and I just want to remind everybody, if you did make a donation or win an auction, you can stop by one of the checkouts on the way out, or you can certainly use your phone to pay. And again, thank you so much for gathering with us tonight. And again, better is possible with Family Means. Thank you.